What possibilities would show itself in life if you leaned into discomfort? If you no longer recoiled or fled, but instead moved towards the very thing that scared you? What would you find on the other side? Would you finally find what you've been seeking all along? Hello guys, my name is Promethean Barbarian. Today I'm going to talk about the necessity of discomfort for growth in your life. And I'm going to teach you a strategy which you can use to implement discomfort and reach your goals in life. Chapter 1. Building up discomfort. When you start building up your capacity to tolerate discomfort, more and more opportunities will show up in life. The only way to be your authentic self is to peel off the layers of the old you so you can stop becoming what you have been. You need discomfort tolerance. Some examples of how to create discomfort tolerance. Do cardio outside while it's raining. Ask directly for what you want in life. Be assertive. Stop eating junk food. Speak up for yourself. Take care of your mental health. Act in your own healthy self-interest. No more self-sacrificing. Now, since you've been living in comfort for the most part of your life, most of these examples that I told you will be very uncomfortable. Hell, some of them are even uncomfortable for me even though I've been doing them for years. But even though, I still do them because I know that they will eventually help me out in my life and it will eventually lead me to reach my goals. Now you have to keep in mind that discomfort is not totally gone. It's still there, but I just keep on going and it will lower eventually. And the same will be true for you. Chapter 2. Choosing discomfort over comfort. You have to know that feeling discomfort is inevitable in life. No matter how safe or predictable and small we might try to keep our lives, we can't escape. Even if you avoid all the items of the list above, you're trying to be nice to people, you don't work out because it's raining, and instead you sit on the couch and munch away a whole bag of Doritos, you're still getting comfortable. You will become stagnant, stuck, and bored with your life. You'll feel the pain and discomfort of life passing you by and living on the sidelines. You'll also feel the discomfort of living a fearful, sedentary life, low energy, weight gain, fewer deep connections, and a lack of love in your life. On the other hand, you can avoid these kind of discomforts by choosing another kind. You can experience the discomfort of taking healthy risks, moving towards what you want in life and being authentic and taking life on. However, this brings a whole new level of discomfort with it, like fear, doubt, guiltiness, and uncertainty. But unlike the first kind, these discomforts are like, working out. Uncomfortable in the short term, but liberating in the long term. When you voluntarily confront discomfort, you'll become stronger, more resilient, and more powerful over time. In fact, some part of you knows that it's the right thing. It's the right thing to fight your discomfort. It can actually feel, good as well, speaking up for yourself, even though if it's uncomfortable, because that's the entire point. To be able to take action and do what you want in life, in spite of the fears or other feelings that you're feeling. That is called freedom. Many people that I speak with have, this as their goal, for example. They want to feel comfortable speaking in groups or getting close with others. They want to share themselves more freely or approach someone they find attractive. In my opinion, I think these are great goals, but I always tell them that comfort is the last resort. Action comes first, and that's the point that a lot of people are missing out. It usually goes, something like this. Let's say your goal is to be more comfortable speaking in groups. First, you speak up in groups, and it's uncomfortable. You feel nervous and maybe a little clunky or awkward, but then eventually, after becoming more experienced with speaking in groups, it will become smoother. Sure, you will still feel nervous inside, but finally, after speaking in groups multiple times a week, every week, you speak up in groups, and it's going more smoothly, and you feel way more relaxed. This is literally what I did. But what I did is I took action instead of contemplating. And I was always afraid to give presentations in school, so instead of cowering away, I actually chose discomfort. I joined a debate club at the university some years ago and started debating twice a week. This meant giving presentations while getting obliterated by the audience that was sitting there. I'm sure it was very uncomfortable, but it made me a great public speaker, and the fear of speaking diminished drastically. I'm sure still have fear of speaking when I'm creating YouTube videos because it's like my first one. But you have to keep in mind that comfort is a long way off. I'm afraid, and if comfort is a prerequisite for action, then you will never take action. And the same is true for every single one of these examples I wrote regarding creating discomfort tolerance. Each one will be awkward and uncomfortable, then externally smooth but internally comfortable, then externally smooth and internally relaxed. So there's no magic way around this process. Of course, by doing the work and changing your beliefs, you can lessen the discomfort and increase your capacity to take healthy actions. But the instant and complete comfort from the get-go is not an option. That's why you need a strategy to implement, so you can actually triumph over this discomfort in the long run. Enter the discomfort inoculation. Chapter 3, Strategy, Discomfort inoculation. Since discomfort is inevitable and moving into it by choice actually makes us more powerful and free, we might as well enjoy the whole process. Now I know this might sound a little crazy, but let's see how that could actually become reality. Imagine you're in a conversation with someone and there's a moment of silence. Now at that moment you aren't sure what to say. It looks like they aren't either. And you're starting to feel awkward, with a growing sense of pressure to come up with something else to say. In other words, you'll feel discomfort. Now our typical response is to these kinds of situations to react with an internal, make it stop, make it go away. We generally perceive it as a bad thing, that it's somehow harmful or damaging to us. But what if you turn towards it? What if you said to yourself, yes, this is so awkward, bring it on. How on earth could you do such an insane thing? Because you know that's actually good for you. It's like lifting weights or working out in any other fashion. When you're in that moment or pushing through a challenging set or hitting a wall on the 5th mile of a run, you have two choices. Either you can start fighting it by having thoughts like, oh, this is too hard. It's too cold, I can't do this, I hate this exercise. What am I going to do? Or you can lean into it. Now you start to push harder and feel the burn because you know that leaning into the edge of your capacity will make you grow. If you can lift that weight now, you'll be able to lift more later. If you feel that burn in your chest as you run, and you keep going, then you'll be able to run further and faster in the future. You move towards the discomfort because you know it's making you stronger. What if you start seeing emotional discomfort that way as well? What if you approach awkwardness, embarrassment, fear, challenge, conflict and all the other things you used to be scared of in the same way? You just might find that you started to enjoy it. I've done and kept on doing the discomfort inoculation strategy. I found I actually relished the experience of discomfort. Some examples of these strategies: running when it's storming outside, speaking your mind when your boss is disrespectful to you, or talking with random people at get-togethers. If you do these activities on purpose, you will discover that you will get better at them over time and feel confident, even though they seem scary and hard in the present. It's a profoundly liberating experience to see these fruits of your hand labor. Reading about chasing discomfort is one thing, but actually doing it repeatedly over the course of weeks, months and years is entirely different. It's life transforming. What could open up in life for you if you leaned into discomfort instead of escaping it? If you no longer recoiled or fled, but instead moved towards the very thing that scared you, what would you find on the other side? You may have a sense of, or some guesses what it is going to be, but there's only one way to find out, to know for sure, and that's to start training your discomfort tolerance and keep going at it. Now, instead of imagining how your life can turn out if you have discomfort tolerance, act on it, just do it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and give a like to this video. It will really help the channel out. Bless you and thanks.